Hi guys, it's me, Rebecca again. Good to see you. Did you know that God says you're precious to Him? Cool. This means you're really special and important to God. So far, we've heard the story about a woman who had to sweep her whole house from top to bottom to find her precious coin. Remember that? Good. And last week we heard the story of the son who ended up in a pig pen after he made some bad choices. The dad forgave the son because he was precious to him. Jesus told all these stories so that we would know that we are all precious to God. And today we get to hear another story Jesus told about a man who was badly hurt. Let's find out if anyone stopped to help him. Maylee's babysitting Harold again. She's going to share the story with us. Let's watch and see.
Something's happening! Maylee, come quick!
What's up?
I think Mrs. Nelson's dog got hit by a baby stroller!
Oh no, little Dewey?
Stuffy and I agree! This looks like a job for... Super Harold!
Yeah, okay, let's go get our shoes on and see if Dewey's okay.
Dewey, are you okay? Stand back, Maylee. I know just what to do.
Wow, Harold, that was amazing. Dewey looks better already.
Well, he's not out of the woods yet, Maylee. We gotta get him to a doggy bed. But Mrs. Nelson isn't home. She's at the library. We have to take Dewey to my house, Maylee. There's no other way.
What about your dog allergies?
Allergy? Allergies? I can't think about allergies at a time like this. A dog's life is hanging in the balance. Come on, let's go.
Alright, I think that's enough bandaging Harold.
I hope so, Maylee.
I think he's gonna be okay.
No one else would help him. We had to do something.
You're a regular Good Samaritan, Harold.
A good what?
Samaritan. It's a story Jesus told in the Bible about helping someone who's hurt.
Maybe you should tell it to Dewey. Might cheer him up.
Okay. One day, a man was walking along a very dangerous road. Suddenly, some robbers jumped out and took the man's stuff and hurt him. They left him lying in the road with a lot of owies, just like Dewey.
Poor Dewey.
A few minutes later, a man from church was walking down the same road, and they noticed the hurt man lying there.
Help is on the way, Dewey.
But the man from church didn't help. In fact, he walked all the way around the hurt man. He didn't even want to get close to him.
What?
A little while later, another man came by. He slowed down to see how badly the man was hurt, but then he just kept walking too, without helping at all.
What? I don't like this story, Maylee. Where are all the superheroes?
Ah, that's where you come in, Super Harold. Another man came along, and as soon as he saw the hurt man, he went over to him and put bandages on him and gave him some medicine. This man was a Samaritan. This means he was from another place called Samaria.
That's more like it, right, Dewey?
The Samaritan left some money with the hurt man too, so he could get more medicine until he was all better.
Do you think Dewey needs some money, Maylee?
No, Harold, but see if you can answer a question for me. After Jesus finished telling the story, he asked the people which man they thought was the good neighbor to the hurt man. Do you know who that neighbor was?
Oh, that's easy. The Good American.
Close, Harold. The Good Samaritan.
Right, the one who helped.
That's it. And then Jesus told everyone to go and help people, just like the Good Samaritan did, because people are precious to God.
We're all precious, even dogs, right, Maylee?
That's right.
Wow, I am like a Good Samaritan.
Dewey! Dewey!
Mrs. Nelson! Come on, Maylee, let's get Precious Dewey back home to Mrs. Nelson. Hey, maybe you can tell her the Good Samaritan story. That one was really good. I'm going to think of it anytime anyone gets hurt. We are precious to God.
Wow, the Samaritan sure took good care of the hurt man, didn't he? Oh, and Harold took good care of Dewey, too. Have you ever helped take care of someone? Good job. It sounds like all of you are good Samaritans. God wants all of us to take good care of people because we are all precious to God. In the Bible, God says, "You are precious to me." We are precious to God. Let's all say that together with motions. Follow me. We are precious to God. Great job. Hey, I think I have something in my fanny pack to help me remember the story. It's a Band-Aid in case I get hurt. Every time I use a Band-Aid, I'm going to remember that I am precious to God. Thanks for listening. See you next time.
Hey, no, I've been thinking more and more about what it would be like to really look like Jesus. Like, what if every time I saw someone, I saw them how Jesus saw them? Or what if when something bad happened, I was still able to look like Jesus and see what good he could bring out of it? One time, something kind of bad happened to me when I was playing soccer. And let's just say I didn't look like Jesus. Check this out. I'm fine. Coach, I'm fine. Keep me in.
Okay.
Coach, I'm fine.
All right.
No, I'm fine, Coach. Coach, I'm fine.
You're hurt. Let's go. Grace, South.
I'm fine, Coach.
Yeah, come on.
Should be in there.
Sorry, that looks like you're really hurt.
I wish I was out there playing. This is the final game. Ugh, yikes. I was so disrespectful to my coach and that poor girl on the bench. But I was mad. I didn't have time to be injured. I wanted to play. But I should have handled that differently. It was like the time in the Bible where something bad happened, but Jesus showed people how to look at things how he looks at them and actually see what cool thing can come out of it. See, just around the time Jesus started to get really popular, some religious people were starting to hate him. Jesus claimed that he was God's son. He told people about God's love in a whole new way, and the religious people thought he was crazy. They thought they knew about God way more than him, so they hated Jesus for it. When Jesus would claim to be God's son, they wanted to hurt and even kill him. Yikes. Well, one day outside the temple, Jesus and his friends started to pass by a man who was on the ground begging for money. As they got closer, they saw that the man was blind. One of Jesus' disciples kind of leaned into Jesus and asked him, "Jesus, did this guy do something wrong and that's why he's blind? Or was it his parents who did something wrong?" Now, when he asked that, his disciple wasn't trying to be mean, but he definitely didn't see this man as Jesus did. The disciple looked at the guy and assumed he was blind because he made a mistake and God made him be blind. Or maybe he thought that his parents messed up, so God made their son be blind as a consequence. They thought that if something bad happened to you, it was definitely because God wanted you to suffer. But that was not true. So Jesus wanted them to see it differently. Jesus wanted them to look like he did and see the truth. So Jesus said, the truth is, God allowed this man to be blind so people could see God's power and love through him. Then Jesus spit on the ground, rubbed the dirt together to make mud, and rubbed the mud on the man's eyes. Jesus told the guy to go wash in a pool that was nearby. So the man made his way to the pool and he washed the mud off his eyes. He could see! It was a miracle! The man who had never been able to see anything his whole life could now see! He was so excited! But then people noticed him. They couldn't figure out how they recognized him. Someone was like, wait, isn't that the blind guy who used to sit and beg? Someone else was like, I mean, it looks like him, but how is he not blind anymore? Well, I'm sure it's just someone else who looks like him. He was blind. But the man told them, no, it's really me. I was blind and now I can see. And you know who did it? It was Jesus. He saw me. Then he made mud with his spit and then I felt him rub it on my face and I was kind of grossed out. But then he told me to go wash it in the pool and I did. And now I can see. I can see. Some of the mean religious guys, they found out about this guy's story. They didn't believe it. Actually, they were mad because he said the name Jesus, and they still didn't believe Jesus was from God. They wanted to prove that man wrong. So they grabbed him and they forced him to answer a bunch of questions. Who did this? How did this happen? How are you able to see now? Hey, where are your parents? I want to ask them if you were even blind to begin with. Where is Jesus? The man answered them, look, guys, I have no idea where he went, and I can't tell you for sure who he is, but what I can tell you is I was blind, and now I see. So I can't imagine anyone not from God being able to do something like that. The mean religious guys got so mad at that, and they grabbed the man and threw him out of the temple. Jesus heard what happened and found the guy outside the temple. He looked at him and he said, do you believe in me? The man looked back at Jesus and he said, yes, Jesus, I believe in you. And then the man worshiped Jesus. This man went from living a really hard life of being blind to a whole new life because of how Jesus looked at him with love. Jesus didn't look at the bad situation and ignore it or something. He saw what good could come out of it. See, God can use really bad or sad situations and bring something good out of them. I wish I could look at bad or sad situations and see that too. But it's so hard. Something bad happens or I see something bad and I just get so upset. But what if I could look like Jesus? Can you imagine how differently I would have handled that situation on the soccer field? Things probably could have looked different.
Mia, you good?
Coach, I'm fine. Keep me in.
Okay.
All right. Drop ball. Let's go, Blue.
Coach, I'm fine.
Oh, come on, you need a break. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Come on, guys.
I'm sorry that looked like it really hurt.
Yeah, it hurt, but I should be out there.
Yeah, me too.
What?
Well, my family just moved here, so I missed tryouts.
Oh, well, I'm Mia.
Nadine.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
You just
you.
moved here?
Yeah,
You play soccer?
yeah, I used to.
Well, after the game, the girls and I are going out to dinner. Do you want to come?
Sure, that would be awesome.
Sweet. So where'd you move here from?
Oh, Kentucky.
When I looked like Jesus, not only did it make the other girl feel welcome, I also got an awesome friendship out of it. Soccer no longer seemed like the most important thing in the world to me. Jesus made me see things differently, and it was awesome. So what if we all practiced looking like Jesus and saw things like he does? Even in bad situations, it'd be a lot easier to love people. Plus, it's what he has told us to do, to love people as he has loved us. Look what it says in the Bible. This is Jesus talking. My command is this: love each other as I have loved you. Let's look like Jesus.